So we are off to Oceanarium in Lisbon today, and we've come here actually for Jordan's 6th birthday. We have actually been to this area before. It's a really nice area. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen that we've been to the water gardens here. I think it's called Jardim de Agua or something like that. This is where we queued up. We got our tickets online, so we didn't have to queue. We could just walk to the side, straight to the front, and we were let straight in. And this is the entrance, and as you're walking up here, there are lots of posters up about the animals that you can see in the aquarium, lots of facts up if you look up there from the ceiling, lots of facts there about the ocean. So it's quite interesting to walk along and read. Now this is inside the Oceanarium. I mean, look at that, it's absolutely amazing. And there are lots of people in front of you and around you, but you do get lots of opportunities to move forwards to the front and have a real up close and personal look. This for us was where we never got bored. It was really interesting. Here we are with no one in front of us. It was really interesting, really fascinating to see all the fishes swimming, the different types of fishes as well. There are so many different fishes. The kids really loved the sharks that they saw, but we saw stingrays as well. Actually, we was at the top on the balcony. As you can see, you can go and look from the bottom as well. There's actually lots of different levels that you can look at it from, look into the aquarium. And in this bit here, where there's lots of people, there were these birds, I think puffin birds I'm going to say, because I do remember reading something on the wall to say that they were puffin birds. They were absolutely beautiful, and there's like a little waterfall there as well. But they were really beautiful to see, and we spent quite a lot of time here actually in this part, looking at the different birds and watching them swim around. They were really beautiful actually. So this was where they were. And then as you walk around, you see more and more fish. Here are some more, and some starfish, as you can see. Lots of starfish. I found those really interesting. Up close with the birds, so there's no glass here, so you can actually touch this bird if you really wanted to, but we didn't. But we did take some pictures with this bird that was just right up close to us. There's my son there, and that's how close the bird was. There's lots of interactive things around as well, as you can see, lots of screens, and the kids really enjoyed playing in this area, getting interactive with the different things that were around in this part, taking turns and finding out more about the different sea creatures and animals that there were around. And then as you go through to this part, oh look, there's more of the aquarium here. Again, some more. So every time as you walk around, you have the opportunity to see into the big, huge, massive tank that's right in the middle of the aquarium with all the different fish. I tried to film as many as I could, as you can see, so you can have a good look at what's there. But it really, honestly, is so beautiful. Just swarms of fishes everywhere. And there's a shark there. My son really enjoyed pointing out every time there was a shark. And I think there's some stingrays as well. I think one's going to go past. There we go, look at that. Honestly, you're so close to them. It's amazing. Okay, in this section, this was the section where we saw, the birds. Yep, some more birds here. Say birds, they're like penguins, these ones. They were really lovely to watch actually. They were just swimming around in swarms, and actually at one part of the aquarium, when you're in there, when the massive tank in the middle where all the fishes were, the sharks and the swarms of fish, you can actually see these penguin type birds. I want to call them that. I know the name of them because I did video it, so that will come up in a second. But they are swimming around and you can actually see them from the bottom. So here they are, and they just swirl around, and they're also really fascinating to watch. And this was an area that we spent a lot of time in. I'm just waiting for one to go around here. There we go. There's one of them. They all just kind of follow each other around. Really beautiful as well. So this was them. And coming up is where, yes, here they are, penguins, Osnosos penguins, and they all had different names. Yoshi, Bowser. My children obviously could see that they were named after, some were named after Mario characters. Here's like a seating area. There are seating areas all around in the aquarium and toilets as well, which is great. Now this was our favourite part. This is where we found the otters. They were our favourite thing to see. Again, you can see the otters from the main aquarium as well. Some more fish here and some more starfish coming up as well, actually, that we saw as we was walking round before we actually realised that there was otters. We was actually going to walk straight past this part because there was quite a big crowd and we didn't realise what was there, and we thought we'd come back to it later. But I'm really glad we actually turned around and had a look, because as you will see coming up, this is where we saw the otters. Look at them. They were so beautiful, and almost as if they were showing off for us. They were putting on a performance. They were swimming around almost like doing the backstroke, going up and down. Here's one here. It's like, looks so relaxing. Looks like he's clapping as well. It's so cute. And then as you walk around, there's lots of information about the different fishes they have. And actually we quite enjoyed this section because we were learning about the fish, and then when we was going to the aquarium we was able to spot some of the things that we had seen in this area. And it's in English and Portuguese, so that's really helpful because the kids could read what they were searching for in both languages. And here was some tropical fish. I think this was in the Indian Ocean part, this bit. So I think it's split into different sections, so Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, and just different sections, so you can have a little look at all the different fish, like the cold water fish, the tropical fish, and the fish from hotter climates and colder climates, that kind of thing. So yeah, so that was really good. This bit was like the rainforest. So this was in the Indian Ocean part, so it's like the tropical rainforest, and that was quite nice to walk through. Lots of greenery, even the sounds, almost makes you feel like you're there when you're not, but it does make you feel like that. Yeah, so walking through here, it's really lovely, really relaxing actually, and breaks it up a bit. And again, we're now at the bottom, so we can see more fish. And again, dotted around the main aquarium part are different information points where you can read about the different fish that you can find in the massive aquarium here. So you can find out different facts and information about them. There's my son trying to break the window. Yeah, they really, really enjoyed this. I think we all could have just sat and watched the fish swim by for the whole day, to be honest. It never got boring. It was always interesting. Just seeing the different fish go by. Look at them, so beautiful. So beautiful. So this is, as you walk around, this is everywhere. Over here, what have we got here? Starfish. Oh, and there was a huge fish here. And there was people taking pictures with this huge fish that was just standing there. And of course, I took some pictures with that huge fish as well for my children. Look how big that is. Massive. There's my daughter. We took some pictures up close, which was really nice. Because look how big that is. It is absolutely huge. Honestly, it was so, so big. There we go. The name of it was there. I didn't quite see it, but that was it. And then as you walk around, there's lots of different, the coral reef. I really liked looking at the coral reef actually. I loved all the colours in the coral reef. They were really pretty. It was really, really beautiful. Here we have some, like, they were called sandfish, I think, but they kind of blend in with the sand. Can you see that one at the bottom there? You can just see its eyes there. Ooh, not very cute, but they just kind of get blended into the sand and sliver through. Can you see that one there? Slivering through the sand? That's what they look like here. This is what they look like, and then they stop on the sand and the sand covers them and they look like that. You can just see their two eyes moving up and down. Really lovely when they're not covered in sand, quite different when they are. And my favourite bit was looking at the jellyfish. I honestly could get lost in looking at the jellyfish. I could just stare at them all day. They were really beautiful to look at. Not a massive tank of them, but this was enough to kind of just look at how beautiful they were. Look at that, wow. Even right now I feel mesmerised just watching them. Atlantic sea nettles. Or as I called them, jellyfish. And here we have seahorses. You can see a seahorse right down there, a little black one, right down there in the green. So what was quite nice actually was when we was finding out what was in the various tanks, and then it's kind of like playing Where's Wally, looking for the actual fish or sea creature. It's a tiny little starfish there. And over here, this was in the amphibian section, I think this was. Is it the tiny frogs and newts and things like that? So again, really nice, trying to find them in the tank, trying to see what we were looking for, and then reading up about the facts on each one. And this bit was quite nice actually, because there was lots of different species, lots of different types for us to kind of hunt out and have a look at. Sorry, a bit of a wobble of a film there. And here was, what's here? What have I found? I think this is where there was like some tiny frogs. Oh, look, there we go. Not so tiny actually, this was a bit bigger. Some frogs in this section here. There's one under there, a green one. And then, oh, look, there's one, like a black one. And then there's that green one. And then you saw a black and yellow one right at the bottom there. There, look at that. And this was where the tiny frogs were. This was actually really, these are really tiny, really, really cute. And in this tank here, they had lots of different teeny tiny frogs jumping up and down. They're all different colours. This one was green and yellow. There was a blue one. Well, there we go, it's a black and white one there, or brown and white. And that yellow one's there, lots of tiny ones. There was a blue one as well, actually, that we did get. And then look at the colours of that pretty coral reef. Oh, it just looks so beautiful, rocky reef. It tells you lots of information around. We actually went back to the frogs again. Here we are, there's the blue one. We went back to the tiny frogs. We left the tiny frogs and went for a walk, but my children wanted to go back and have a look at them again, because they were just, I think they enjoyed spotting them in the tank, finding them, and then just watching them. There's this one was climbing up the window. So tiny, so lovely to watch. So yeah, we spent a lot of time in this section, going back and forth, up and down. And then we moved on. We went to, again, the tank. Oh look, this is what I was talking about, where you can see the penguins from the bottom. So you can see them where you were swimming earlier from the top. We was on the top balcony, now we're at the bottom. We can see them from the bottom swimming around as well. So yeah, that's where we can see them here. There's honestly so much to see. It's almost like every bit you get to, you're like, oh my god, there's this, there's that. And then moving on, we came to some like these things. They're like sea dragons or something like that, I think they were called. Wow, look at them. And some are covered in the green stuff. Sorry, I haven't got the correct wording. And then we saw some armoured fishes here. But yeah, I was saying they're beautiful. This was called a pineapple fish, this one. I remember that much. Because it resembles a pineapple, I'm assuming. This one was just floating around on its own. Enjoying the peace and quiet. And this one, oh my goodness, I actually thought this was fake. I actually felt like this was not real. But clearly it was, and is. It just looks a bit scary looking. This was an octopus in this one. There's an octopus down there, can you see that? Yeah, this was a tank with octopus inside, which was really interesting to see. They look very slimy. And here we're back with more fish, more tropical fish. And then we came to some more another interactive area with TV screens, with different shows on about the fish, different things the kids could sit and watch, which mine did actually really enjoy sitting to watch. And although it was in Portuguese, there was English subtitles as well. And here we are, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. Spent some time here learning about these fish and watching them, thinking of the film. which was really nice actually, because the kids felt like they really knew these fish. Like, oh, there's Nemo, oh, there's Dory. So that was cool. So that was really nice to see those. And that was it. There was so many fish to look at actually, so many. And then we left, and obviously you've got the gift shop. As you walk through, we didn't buy anything from the gift shop because we didn't need anything, even though the kids all wanted something. We kind of said no. And before arriving at the aquarium, we did have lunch in the little cafe next door, and we just got some toasties, which was around €4 to €5. We just got a few toasties because we knew we'd want to go and get dinner afterwards. So there is somewhere to eat if you want to grab something beforehand, but I'd recommend getting there a bit earlier so you can explore and get something else to eat if you fancied it. But we was running a bit late, so we just grabbed some toasties. After we finished here, we went on to go on the cable cars. The tickets we booked were tickets for the aquarium and cable cars, and the ticket was €113 for 5 of us. So that's 2 adults and 3 children. And I would definitely say the aquarium was well worth it. I actually feel like we're going to spend a lot of time there, and we definitely would go back. Sorry. With the cable cars, I'd say that it's definitely worth the trip. It's lovely to have a go and go on there, but I don't think I'd go on there again. As you can see, it goes up and along. It's really lovely for the kids. I mean, they really enjoyed it, but I kind of felt like we just went up in the telecabines, they called, telecabine, jumped on, and we kind of went up to one end and back again. You can get off at the other end if you get a return ticket and jump back on to come back, or you can just go one way. We had return tickets, and as you can see, the weather wasn't great and it had just started raining, so we didn't bother getting off at the other end. But the views are lovely. You can see here that you get a lovely view of Lisbon. You can see the bridge as well. And you can just see across the river. It is really, really lovely. But again, I'm not sure if I'd pay to go on it again. But you know, it was nice to go on it for our first time. And we were trying to look to see if we could see any fish down below, but we couldn't see any. I just want to apologise about my sore throat as well, sorry. I'm really, really trying hard not to be so croaky, but I do have a little bit of a sore throat. Anyway, as you can see the views, and it was hot inside the cabin as well, just to let you know. So it was a bit cooler outside and raining, but inside the cabin we were super, super boiling hot. And there you can see the bridge over there. I think that's one of the longest bridges, I think. There it is there, look at that. So yeah, we went down to one end and ended up staying on and coming all the way back again, waving at people. Being really annoying. Yeah, this is us on the cabin. So our tickets, as I said, included the aquarium and the telecabine, which I'm glad we did do. And for €115, I think it was worth it. I do feel like we had a really lovely day out. The aquarium was well worth it. We went out, our aquarium tickets were at 2 p.m. We printed them at home, and our cabin tickets here as well. And then we went to the aquarium and went here, and they scan your tickets. And it's a lot easier if you book online, I think, because the queue for the people that hadn't booked, there was a bit of a queue. But it didn't look like it took long for the queue to go down. This is like just the outside area outside the aquarium. And there is a water park really close by, as I said earlier. I say water park, I just mean it has water fountains, and it's really lovely to visit during the summertime. We went during the summertime and it was really, really nice. So I'd recommend in the summertime to do that, and in the wintertime maybe to visit the aquarium, because when it's cold and rainy outside, it's quite nice to be inside. And then we went to find something to eat. Along here there's lots of restaurants. The kids wanted McDonald's and we didn't, but as it was Jordan's birthday, we let them have McDonald's. So they grabbed a McDonald's. There's also like a pizza place. There's a green place, like a healthy eating place. There's a Portuguese place. I think there's also another restaurant, I can't remember. We ended up eating in this restaurant here, not McDonald's, the kids ate there. We ended up going to Nova Pescaria, and we ordered a paella, and it was lovely. A little bit burnt, but I would say it was really, really, really tasty, and a side of veg. Okay, so after going to the aquarium, sorry, my video recording is this way round. I apologise in advance, but I did quickly want to show you this part of what was part of our Lisbon trip. When we went to the aquarium, we also visited a Hindu temple. It's somewhere I've wanted to visit since moving here, and I looked it up, and it was about 20 minutes from where we were. So we decided that in the evening, after we'd been to the aquarium and been for something to eat and a wander around a shopping centre, that we would pop into this Hindu temple, and it was lovely. We had a really, really, really lovely time here. We sat down and listened to some of the prayers, and we listened to some of the music. We lit some arities, we lit the fire, we did our prayers, and we just sat and listened and did a bit of praying, and it was a really nice temple. As you can see, Marlon got into it as well. The kids were kind of really knackered by this point, so they were lying around, but there's Jordan there. But it was a really lovely place. Everybody there was so friendly and really welcoming, and it was just a really nice place to see, and a place that we definitely will be going back to, and somewhere that I just wanted to share with you. If you haven't been, it is a really lovely place to go and visit. Here it is, really lovely. We're going in the car now, babe. So that brings me to the end of my video. I hope that you enjoyed my video to the Oceanarium in Lisbon. We had a really fantastic time, and we had a fantastic time for the whole day, actually, a whole day out, going to the Oceanarium, going on the cable cars or telecabine cars, and visiting the temple. If you have any questions, please do drop them in the comments below and I will answer them, but I hopefully have provided enough information for you if you're thinking of a trip here. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my channel, especially if you did enjoy this video today. Please give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to making some more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely week.